Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean and I'm here continuing Sepia. I was going over to Luca's house and study for the weekend. Or something like that. Even for you, that's not very convincing. That's not a very convincing lie. Psych! But I did make that up on the spot. It wouldn't kill you to have a bit of faith in me if I said I'll study. Really? You'll spend your whole Saturday afternoon doing math problems and rereading your social science notes. I'm tempted to say, what notes? But that really isn't the problem here. Well, would you look at the time? Don't change the subject. We're already late. Well then, we'll have to continue at lunch, right, Oni-chan? That smile is so much more endearing before you get to know her. Made it. I leap past the front door as the clock strikes 8, inhaling a lungful of December air. Not bad, Mark. Not bad at all. Is this whole game just going to be talking? You were taking so long with your bag, I thought I'd really have to put the gloves on. I thought you were going to leave me if I took too long. I was only kidding. Leave my only brother alone to walk to school on such a cold day? I couldn't. And yet you can practice your anime fighting techniques on me. Well, when you look at it that way... Oh shit. But you know, mastery of martial arts can be extremely important. What does that have to do with anything? It's important, really. Yeah, I know. Self-defense and all that. This is how I think he sounds in my head. No, not just self-defense. It's an extra weapon in your arsenal. What? Okay, picture this. Imagine that you're fighting against an enemy who already knows your techniques. And why would I be doing that? Because the person challenged you. Because he kidnapped the princess. Use your imagination. But what if the princess isn't another cat? Then you'll just have to go look for her. Ouch. Anyway, let's say you end up in combat with someone who knows that you're good with long-range weapons, like a crossbow. That doesn't look like a crossbow. That looks like a bow and arrow. Get your weapons right. They already know your weakness. All they have to do is dash forward and fight at a closer range. The archer won't be able to react fast enough and the attacker will have the advantage. But what if you're using a mid-range weapon like a lance? A lance? That's easy. A well-trained warrior would be proficient with both bows and axes. And everyone knows that the axe beats the lance. True, but then couldn't you just learn magic and attack from a distance? Yes, but if your enemy knows that you're a magician, a skilled axe wielder could eliminate with a single strike, no critical necessary. Every magician needs an ace up his sleeve. And that ace is martial arts? That's one option. You see, magicians draw their power internally, not externally. Magic, unlike sorcery, flows through a natural international circuit before it can be used in the form of a spell. The use of these don't judge me. These critiques can drain much of an amateur's magical energy, resulting in the awakening of the Magus' combat ability. In this scenario, even a trained magus could be susceptible to the attacks of an ordinary human, more so if said human is skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Though it is an unlikely scenario, it would be prudent for mages to. Enough with the info dumps. Fine, I don't need you. She taps the Twitter icon on her phone and runs away. Bye, bitch. May I have been a bit hard back there? But this isn't a bad outcome either. You'd think the streets would be a bit more busy in the morning, but no. When no one ever passes by here. It's hard to get used to it if you're from the city, but I've lived in the suburbs my whole life, and I like the peace and quiet. It's nice. Let's your mind wander. You saw that too, right? Lets your mind wander to things you'd rather avoid. Mark! Huh? What was that? I look around and momentarily spot a figure, and it disappears before my eyes. Poof! Gone! Strange, she looked familiar. Meh. Can't be that important. 2 weeks later, I would look back on that moment as the first in a series of very, very silly assumptions. Mark, you're actually early. Familiar voice welcomes me in from the cold. In front of me stands a young man that I've known since the beginning of high school, and that I sometimes wished I didn't know. On time, is more like it. We have barely 5 minutes until the bell. Jesus! Ah! That's still an accomplishment coming from you. Oh hey, did you bring your notes for the presentation? My other friend Lillian voices her question politely, unlike a certain little sister. Bryn was on the computer until midnight and my laptop needed recharging, and your house was constricted without power outlets, of course. Fine, I'll print them out at lunch. Ah, Jesus, that was in my ear too. Sigh, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually looking forward to a boring lecture if it means I can relax. The teacher's voice drones on, and on, and on. I only know one way to escape. Jumping out the window might have... Hey! Oh shit, I can go back and forth in this. Jumping out the window might have been long-term consequences though, so I'll be content with staring through it. Whenever I'm bored at school, I always like looking out at the weather and thinking about how it would rather be anywhere but here. Jesus. Although fortune has treated me with nothing but a sadistic little sister and a pile of unfinished homework this morning. So maybe I'm better off in class after all. Mark. Am I hearing things? Mark. It's just like this morning. Is this someone's stupid idea of a prank? I'm sure it's just some kid with nothing better to do with their time, but I can't forget that. Alright, I know what I have to do. Pinpointing the source of the sound, I spin around and glare at my target. She's not getting away this time. Whoa! Huh? The class stares at me. Luke turns around. I sit back down, awkwardly. Lunch, finally. No matter how many years pass, nothing beats the taste of cold meat and freedom. Freedom! It's quiet. Lucas sighs audibly, and I follow. I still don't get how Rain can sacrifice her lunch break to study for a test when she hardly ever studies at home. It's far from the strangest thing she's done. Point taken. So, how was that game I lent you? Oh, right. To be honest, I'm not really into dating They're not dating Sims if they don't have statistics. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll check it out when I get time. Oh, now I'm busy with... I was about to say schoolwork, but that lie wouldn't last a second. Stuff. Yeah, stuff. Mark, you do know this means you don't what this means, don't you? I really think I can see the sunlight glint off those glasses. This means you have yet to experience modern Japanese visual culture in all its glory. Can you please shut up now? Surely you found yourself taking a peek at Rin's DVD collection at some point in the past 16 years. Haven't you ever felt disconnected with the path the story takes? I'll take that as a no. Protagonists always have pilot armor in suspense stories, at the main heroine always wins in romances. Even aside from being dumbled down the awkward transition between two inherently different mediums, haven't you ever felt like the story isn't working? Does it not feel like the main character is a brainless idiot and that you could do a much better job than him? Haven't you ever felt like giving that idiotic protag a punch in the face and telling him to choose the shy, innocent library girl over the deceitful one Chanchara, who can't go on a date without thinking about her little brother? Ugh, that's weird. That's weird. The statement may contain a slight amount of bias, whatever that says. Ahem. At any rate, there's only one solution to problems like these. You play the game. I sense an evil chuckle as he finishes, as if he were to add, and soon you'll be just like me. Well, like I said, I'll get to it eventually. Lucas kicks his feet up. It's a really good game, though. Alright, thank you for watching. Love you guys. Peace.